Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Inscribed Season 2, Episode 1. In this episode, we have a lot of good stuff to unpack. We have the NBA with the crazy trades that have been happening. We have Super Bowl 59 between the Eagles and the Chiefs. We have the WWE Royal Rumble to talk about. We have Slippery Rock Sports. And just sit back, relax, enjoy the show because it's going to be good. So let's get into our first segment of this episode.
Slippery Rock University's men's basketball team lost 72-52 to Seton Hill University in a PSAC Western Division game on Saturday. The loss brings SRU's record to 11-11 overall and 7-7 in conference play, while Seton Hill improves to 13-9 and 6-8 in the PSAC. SRU is tied for third place in the division, just one game behind second place Edinboro. Ike Herster and Day Waters led SRU with 33 of the team's 52 points, with Herster nearly achieving a double-double. Despite committing only 8 turnovers, the Rock struggled offensively, shooting just 33.3% from the field, the court, and 15 from the three-point range. Seton Hill held a double-digit lead for most of the game, finishing with a 20-point victory. Seton Hill's Kedrick Curtis posted a double-double with 16 points and 10 rebounds, while Gabe Gillespie scored 19 points. SRU will next host Cal U on February 8th at Morrow Fieldhouse. Now on to women's basketball. Slippery Rock University's women's basketball team lost to number 10 Seton Hill 101-65 on Saturday, dropping their record to 7-13 overall and 4-10 in PSAC play. Seton Hill improved to 19-2 and 13-1 in conference play. Rebecca Getz led SRU with a career-high 12 points, while Anya Washington added 10 points and 3 steals. Alyssa Gillen contributed 9 points, and Hannah Pugliese grabbed a team-leading 9 rebounds. Seton Hill dominated the game, especially in the second and third quarters, where they outscored SRU significantly. The Rock struggled with shooting, finishing at 35.5% from the field and 31.6% from the three-point range. Seton Hill's Hallie Cohen led all scorers with 20 points, and Mia Kalick posted a double-double with 11 points and 12 rebounds. The Griffins shot 46.1% from the field and 56.5% from the three-point range. For girls indoor track and field, the Slippery Rock University women's track and field team dominated the Jim Wusk Invite at the University of Mount Union on Saturday, winning 10 of 14 events and earning 13 PSAC automatic qualifying marks along with 1 NCAA provisional qualifying mark. Paige Griffith secured the NCAA provisional mark, clearing a career-high 1.67 meters to win the high jump. Bailey Blauser swept the horizontal jumps, winning both the long jump and triple jump, and Allie Taylor won the pole vault with a clearance of 3.59 meters. On the track, Gianna Long claimed victories in both the 200-meter and 400-meter. Jennifer Circra won the 5,000-meter and placed second in the 800-meter, while Ruthie Hughes won the mile with a time of 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Slippery Rock also swept the 60-meter races, with Reagan Johnson winning the 60-meter dash and Chaley Youngkin winning the 60-meter hurdles. The team will compete against next weekend at Ashland University. Moving on to boys indoor track, the Slippery Rock University men's track and field team won 7 events and earned 20 PSAC automatic qualifying marks, along with 3 NCAA provisional qualifying marks at the Jim Wusk Invite hosted by the University of Mount Union on Saturday. Seton Wozniak and Joshua Goes led the team with NCAA marks in the shot put, with Wozniak setting a career-best 17.11 meters and moving to number 15 on the Division II leaderboard. Zach Goes added another second-place finish in the weight throw, contributing to 3 additional PSAC marks in that event. In the field events, Ethan Fulmer won the high jump and Ian James took first in the triple jump, with Jason Alderson following in second. 3 pole vaulters earned PSAC marks, led by Logan Gozard in second place. Matthew Crow claimed the lone NCAA mark on the track, winning the 60-meter hurdles in 8.16 seconds. In the 60-meter dash, Kanye Thompson led the way with a victory in 6.86 seconds. And AJ Verada won the 200-meter dash with a PSAC mark of 22.61 seconds. Joey Centavi and Troy Hart both hit PSAC standards in the mile, while Hart, along with his teammates, helped win the distance medley relay. The team will compete next weekend at Ashland University.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires. Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Welcome back to Inscribed Sports here on WSRU-TV. I'm joined by Zach DeWitt.
Hello.
For his first time ever. But I don't care for the NBA, but we got to talk about what has transpired in the past couple of days.
Craziness.
We are recording this on Wednesday, February 5th, so who knows what happens before Friday when this actually goes up.
Yes.
So, Zach, you know more than I do. I'm more of a casual when it comes to this stuff.
Yes.
So, all you, take it away.
Let's start off with the bombshell that broke, I think it was Friday night. Just casually sitting around, and everyone kind of freaked out when they saw that LUKA was just traded to the Lakers. And the Mavs got, in return, Anthony Davis, a first-round pick, and Max Christie. I'm going to start by saying this. This is one of the worst trades I've ever seen, ever heard. Unbelievable. I think AD is an amazing player, and you could probably agree.
Yeah.
But trading a 25, 26-year-old superstar of the city for a 33-year-old Anthony Davis who is injured every week and one first-round pick is unbelievable, and whoever made that trade needs fired immediately. I think this is like I said, this is probably, if second or first biggest trade in NBA history.
I can completely agree with that. LUKA's superstar. Didn't the Mavs say they really don't want him because of his body shape? Is that true?
That's what they said, but yet I don't care how you look or if you're getting bigger and your conditioning isn't the same. If you're dropping 28, 30, 40 a night.
Still a franchise player.
Exactly.
That was their whole franchise. We saw when they played the Cavs and got killed, not just lost.
Yes, 50 points.
Right after Luka, at halftime?
Like 97 to, I don't even know, it was pretty bad.
I just say sell the team. It
Yeah.
looks like Jones is not the worst GM in Dallas now.
Yeah.
With whoever, I don't even know who owns the Mavericks now.
Me neither, but
Cuban's not even the majority owner.
It's bad.
But,
I mean, LUKA is generational, and everyone probably has him in their top 5, even top 3 NBA players. Some people even have him 1, and he just got traded for Anthony Davis, who's coming off a couple big injuries, and he's 33 years old. So I just don't know what they were seeing there. I think LUKA takes the Lakers very far in the playoffs. You have LeBron and LUKA teaming up, and that's just a very one-sided trade in my opinion.
I agree. We all know who won the trade, so I don't think we need to talk about it that much.
No.
But I remember I went home this past weekend, and this guy right here texted me that this happened. Now, I thought he was just lying because it was like a late night. I thought he was just tired. I'm like, there's no way. You're playing 2K, and you just told me this.
Yep.
So I call him. I'm like, did this really happen? I check Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and it did happen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look right, I would say. It looks like straight, went into NBA 2K, grabbed the controller, went into my league, fantasy draft. I got the first pick. I'm going to take LeBron. Oh, wait, I have the second pick now. I'm going to take LUKA. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll also say this. When I saw it on my phone, I showed everyone who was around me, all my buddies, and they were like, there's no way that's real. And all the top comments were other NBA players around the league saying this account is hacked. There's no way this is real. And I thought it was hacked too. I was like, there's no way they just traded LUKA, like the star of the franchise. That's like the Chiefs trading away Mahomes. Like, I just couldn't see that was a thing. It turned out it was real, so. Wait, I think he's starting Saturday, his first game, so him and LeBron teaming up.
Expected.
It's going to be exciting to watch.
But we all know the better LeBron is brawny, of course.
Oh,
No, I'm joking. Before Mr. 3 points a game, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever, we're going to move on from the Lakers talk. What is another big trade that transpired?
So this happened, it was either yesterday or 2 days ago, but it was a 3-team trade between the Kings, the Bulls, and the Spurs. So it started with the Kings trading De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs. They got 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for De'Aaron Fox, which is more than the Mavericks got for LUKA, by the way. And then the Bulls decided to jump in, and they traded Zach LaVine. Sorry, Aiden. Aiden loves the Bulls. They traded Zach LaVine to the Kings. So now you're sitting at the Spurs with Wemby and De'Aaron Fox teaming up. The Kings got Zach LaVine, and the Spurs got a couple Little League players, Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, and a second-round pick. So not much for the Bulls, but the big talk of the trade is De'Aaron Fox going to team up with Wembanyama. How do you think that will be?
I think it's a great duo, honestly. Got the big man, got the shooter. Like, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
That's a perfect duo to have. Obviously, you need the whole team to play. Mm-hmm. But say, hypothetically, if you don't have anyone else, you can rely on those two to do well. Wemby's probably the future big man, the next Shaq, I would say, even possibly better.
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know with sports, especially being 7'5".
Yeah, I mean, being 7'5" and being able to rebound 17, get 17 boards a game and shoot 4 threes a game, I mean, you don't see big men taking threes like Wembanyama's doing, and he's making them, which is just something you didn't see with Shaq. And
no, not at all.
Not at all.
No,
and it's
not
just,
even close.
It's pretty crazy to think that you have De'Aaron Fox, who is averaging 25-plus points a game, was a great assister, and now he is going to be lobbing up alley-oops to Wembanyama, who's also averaging about 25-plus points a game. So Spurs making a big move, and I'm glad because Wembanyama deserves a player of his caliber to be on the team.
I agree. What was I going to say? But what do we think about LaVine?
I think LaVine is good. I think he's pretty good. He's had some inconsistent nights, and I'll say this. I think it's really good getting LaVine back with DeMar DeRozan. They both played on the Bulls, and they had really good chemistry on the Bulls. And now he'll be on the Kings with DeRozan. You have Sabonis on that team. I think the Kings are good. It's hard to say who won this trade.
I think the Kings did.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs are
Honestly.
getting De'Aaron Fox, which they need that player, so good for them. The Bulls lost. Bulls didn't get anything.
Yeah, Bulls got nothing.
And then the Kings are getting 3 first-round picks and 2 seconds and Zach LaVine. So you're getting LaVine for Fox, and you're getting 3 first-round picks and 2 seconds for the future. That's a big haul for De'Aaron Fox. And you added LaVine to replace him. So I think the Kings made a great move, and I also think that the Spurs made a great move to get Wembanyama a piece. And the Bulls didn't really do anything. The Bulls, they're kind of cleaning house right now, which we'll be talking about in a couple minutes.
I know we talked about this, I think, off camera, but you have it, I think, on your paper, but Lonzo might get traded from the Bulls. So it looks like the Bulls might go full rebuild.
Yeah. We'll be talking about that later, but the Bulls might be
little sneak peek.
clearing house and getting rid of everybody. So if you're a Bulls fan in 2025, I'm really sorry. You went from the MJ days to having nobody on your team probably in the next week. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Looks like they might be rebuilding for like another lifetime.
Yeah, and we got...
Just get like Angelo Ball to replace Lonzo.
Okay.
And walk out to Tweaker. We'll be good.
Boy. And we got to get to this last trade because this just happened earlier today, and I think it's a very underrated move. I mean, it's definitely not the top 2 trades that we just talked about, but the Wizards traded Kyle Kuzma to the Milwaukee Bucks for Chris Middleton, who's about, 35?
Old man Chris Middleton.
And A.J. Johnson. But they also traded a second-round pick with Kyle Kuzma. So, I mean, I'll say this. The Bucks got rid of Chris Middleton, who they love him around there, right? But he's very old. His time's up in the next year or two.
I could honestly see this being his last year.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
especially
like
going to the
a
Wizards
year and a half
now,
at least.
he's done.
So like playing this season and then maybe next season.
And A.J. Johnson has shown some flashes. I like him. Flashy young player. He was either a first or second-round pick. But, I mean, getting Kyle Kuzma, I'll say this about it. When Kyle Kuzma was on the Lakers, he was about a 3. He was about a second. He was behind LeBron and AD, of course. He was really good as like a third-best player on the team.
I don't think he was even the third best, honestly.
Maybe not.
I think he was lower.
And he got shipped off to the Wizards to be their number 1. And he hasn't looked good. I'd say he's probably a second right now.
Your boy might be number 1 for the Wizards.
Huh?
Your boy might be
Jordan
number 1.
Poole. Shout out to Jordan Poole. But
Poole party.
I think Kuzma is not good as a 1 or a 2. I think Kuzma, if he has big pieces around him, he can make a lot of flashy plays, score a lot. But relying on Kyle Kuzma to be a number 1, I just don't see it. So I think this is a good trade. It's just a pretty even trade. I think the Bucks get a guy that they need. They needed depth. They get, they have Giannis, of course, Greek freak. They have Lillard, who's been struggling a little bit. But now you add Kuzma. So I think it's a great move for them. And then the Wizards, they got a pick. They got a young player in A.J. Johnson. And then Chris Middleton, who I don't know what much he's going to do. I mean, he probably just slides in for Kuzma, but I think A.J. Johnson's good, and then I think the Bucks getting Kuzma's good. So I think it's a very even trade on both sides.
I think the Bucks have the edge just because Middleton's old and nearing the end of his career, but it's pretty even for the. I would say it's like 60-40. That's
Okay.
probably the best, like 55-45, around that range.
Okay, I agree.
But do we have any more blockbuster trades that happen as of now? Who knows what will happen in the next coming days?
That's it for the big trades. There's going to be a lot coming in the next few days. But we have a lot of rumors, which these could pan out. So these rumors, pay attention to these.
Yeah, guys, before you continue, but remember this is going up on Wednesday, or going up on Friday, recorded on Wednesday.
Yes.
So the rumors that he's about to state
Could happen.
have happened already.
It could be happening right now as we're talking.
Yeah, so who knows? We'll check definitely after this and keep you guys updated. But what are the rumors?
So the first big rumor is that Kevin Durant is most likely gone. So the Suns have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. They've been a duo for about, 3 years now. It was supposed to be a trio with Bradley Beal, but Bradley Beal hasn't really played. He's been hurt a lot, hasn't looked great. So Kevin Durant, it looks like he doesn't want out, but the Suns want to get rid of Kevin Durant. And the top teams that he could go to are the Warriors, which we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. We just got some news about the Warriors and Kevin Durant. The Rockets, the Knicks, and the Cavaliers. So the news about Kevin Durant to the Warriors is the Warriors, I guess, had a deal in place for Kevin Durant to bring him back to reunite with Curry and Draymond Green. But Kevin Durant said, and I quote, he would rather retire than go back to the Warriors. So that deal fell through, and now Kevin Durant likely will not be
The
going
question
to
is why, though? Like, why does he not want to go back?
There's got to be some animosity between
There
him
must
and
be something in management.
probably Kevin Durant and Draymond Green.
I was going to say, I don't
Draymond
think
Green's-
Curry had a problem
No.
with anything. Maybe because Clay's not there, but I doubt it. It has to be some management.
Or Draymond Green, because Draymond
I
Green
could
fights
honestly say-
everyone.
I could honestly say
Why Jordan
maybe
Poole
Draymond.
left, because he punched him. But anyway, I think Kevin Durant will be gone by the end of the trade deadline, which I believe is Thursday, tomorrow at 4 p.m. So we're going to see some big trades happening.
What do we got next?
Brandon Ingram also exploring a trade. His contract is up. He needs a new contract, so Pelicans don't want to pay him. He's going to want a lot. And he's a good player. I'll give him
Underrated.
that. He's very underrated. Hasn't been able to stay healthy this year. But the issue with him is who's going to pay him what he wants. He wants a lot of money.
Do you know how much he wants?
I don't even know. But he wants a lot. Like a lot of money. He wants to be a team's number one. And the two teams that just called for him are two teams I feel like already have a number one in the Raptors and the Atlanta Hawks, who of course Trae Young and Scottie Barnes. So I think if Ingram goes to a team, he's not going to be a number one. But I'll say this, Brandon Ingram's a great player. He deserves to get paid, but not as much as he wants. And we'll see what happens.
Where do you think would be a better fit? What's it called? Atlanta or Toronto?
You know what? I really
I say
think
Toronto would be better for him.
yes, because Toronto does have a low payroll. The Hawks are going to be paying Trae Young a lot of money because they're going to give him
He's
a
just
new
going to get
contract.
shadowed from Young. That's
You're
all it's
right.
going to be. I feel like Trae Young's just going to still take like the popularity.
Yeah.
Fans are still going to love him. He's going to be overshadowed. Then he's going to want to leave again.
Yep.
And ask for more money because he was getting overshadowed.
I'll also
But
say
we'll
this.
see.
Trae Young is the best assister in the league. He's averaging about 11.7 a game or 12.7, something like that. So if he does join the Hawks, maybe Trae Young will give him a lot of points, assisting the ball to Ingram. I would love to see Ingram go back to the Lakers, where it all started when he got traded for Anthony Davis. So now he comes back to the Lakers. You got LeBron, LUKA, and Brandon Ingram on the same team. Watch out west. That's pretty crazy if that happens.
Never know. The LUKA
Crazy
trade I'm
things.
still thinking
Yeah.
of because like you
Never
never
know.
know. And I think we talked about this, speaking of off camera again. I know we talk a lot about stuff off camera, but what if the internet never existed and it was just like, hey, LUKA starts a game with the Lakers the next day. No
Yeah.
one knows, just inside management, and that's it.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. I mean, turning on the TV and you go from seeing Anthony Davis on the bench because he's hurt to LUKA jogging out on the court with LeBron. You're like, wait, what just happened?
Obviously,
So-
our parents, in like their generation, didn't know about the big trades that happened, but the world wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I guess media like shaped everything, but you really didn't see those big trades really happen
Yeah.
in sports, especially in the NBA. I can't really think of a huge one.
Yeah.
But Any other rumors we got?
I got a couple more rumors. I'll make these ones quick because these ones are kind of mid. They're like, eh. Paul George and the 76ers both agreed that they want to be. What's going on? Never mind. All right. Paul George and the 76ers both agreed that they want to trade him. He wants out and they want to trade him. His contract is really bad. They are giving him like $30 million. I don't understand why. He isn't good anymore, and I don't see him getting traded. He could get released at this point. I mean, he's been bad, and his contract's way too bad, way too big. So I have that one. And then we talked about the Bulls clearing house. They could get rid of Vucevic, Kobe White. They could get rid of Lonzo.
All three, maybe. Who knows? I doubt it. But
and shout out to the Grizzlies. They want Lonzo Ball. That's my team. So
I like Lonzo, so I wouldn't be
we'll
upset.
see what happens.
You know, I got that Grizzlies hat for your team.
And the last rumor I have is Jimmy Butler. I mean, he's going to be gone. He has been suspended multiple times. Jimmy Butler's gone.
Doesn't
he's
seem
leaving.
like the Heat care anymore. And
No.
He's over it, too.
Yeah,
So.
Jimmy Butler most likely is gone. To whom? I have no idea. He didn't want to play with the Warriors. He's saying all these teams he doesn't want to play
You
for.
can just spin a wheel and whoever it lands
Seriously.
on.
And he's
There
just
he
saying
goes.
no to them. So I think Jimmy Butler's gone, but no idea where he'll go. It could be a toss-up. But if Butler's playing on the Heat past Thursday, the trade deadline, I will be very, very surprised.
All right, standing talk. Zach, who's leading the West? I know we have the top 5 teams, but who is number 1 in the Western Conference as of today?
The OKC Thunder. Unbelievable.
Are we surprised?
No. They have
Yeah, I'm not
probably
either.
one of the best rounded teams in the NBA.
I don't think I expected them to be 1 in the West.
I did. They're
I mean,
just too
I
good.
honestly, like, I could see them being top 3, but I don't think I saw them as the 1 team.
All right. I mean, I saw, no bias, the Grizzlies is number. No, I'm kidding.
That's
but
really
I mean,
biased.
if you got to move into these standings, the Grizzlies are number 2, and they look really good right now. And Morant, 1 week he plays, the next week he doesn't with injuries. You have Morant fully healthy, watch out. The Grizzlies are nasty. No bias, maybe a little bias. Grizzlies
Really
are
biased.
The Grizzlies play the Thunder in a couple days, so if Grizzlies win that game, watch out NBA. The Grizzlies are coming for that championship.
All right, we're going to go through the next couple standings in the West. Rapid fire. Second, who we got?
You got the Grizzlies, just
Oh,
mentioned
yeah,
them.
that's right.
You have the Rockets, who the Grizzlies just beat, so they moved up to number 2. You have the Nuggets, led by Jokic, very good team. And you have the Lakers, who are in 5th, and LUKA hasn't even played yet, so Lakers are
see.
very scary.
I feel like those last 3 spots could change
Oh, yeah.
change easily.
And
it
the
could
1
even
and
change
2.
by Friday.
Grizzlies
Who
could
knows, who
move up
knows?
to number 1, you know. No, but the Grizzlies are good. Watch out for the Grizzlies. That's all I got
I
to
don't
say.
know. All right, Eastern Conference. Go.
You have the Cavs. They've been unbelievable. They started the season like 17-2 or something, 20-2. Just unbelievable. I think they only have like 8 or 9 losses
I
right
think
now.
it's
Maybe even
10.
7. Yeah, I mean, they're
because
just.
I think the OKC has 9.
Yeah, they just lost last night to the Celtics, so it might be 10 now.
It happens.
But yeah, they are an unbelievable team. And the second team behind them, the Celtics, who just beat them, another amazing team. They just won the finals. So those are the 2 teams to beat in the East. And then you round it out with the Knicks, who are really good. Pacers, who I don't think their team's that great, but they have played some really good basketball as of recently. And the Milwaukee Bucks, who just got Kyle Kuzma. So we'll see if Lillard can get back to form. And Giannis is just playing unbelievable basketball. So
Who
watch out for
knows?
Milwaukee.
Since Dame isn't playing well, he might get traded. You never know.
Yeah, the NBA, you could see LeBron get traded right now. Anyone
Maybe.
Could,
I don't think
anyone.
LeBron, but we said that about Luka like we talked about.
Yeah,
We got anything else?
that's it for the NBA. Just watch out for the Grizzlies. I'm ended on that.
Do you want to send us to commercial or do you want me to?
I'm a guest, and you're the host, so you can send it off.
Okay. All right, we'll be back right after this.
As years pass and people come and go from our lives, all we have is our memories. From the family gathering to the summer baseball games to that first trip to Disney, those memories are something to be cherished. I thought many of those memories were lost to time and outdated technology, but with Memory Lane Media, they gave me those memories back so that I can share them with my grandkids, and they can share them with their kids one day.
Welcome back to Inscribed Sports, everybody. In this segment, I'm going to talk about the WWE Royal Rumble that took place this past Saturday live in Indianapolis, Indiana at Lucas Oil Stadium. So there was like 65,000 packed people, and the first match of the night was the Women's Royal Rumble. So there was 30 different women trying to compete for a main event shot at WrestleMania to fight the champion of their choosing. So the number 1 and 2 spot was everyone's favorite, number 1, Io Sky. A lot of bets were on her to win. And number 2, Liv Morgan, the former women's champion. And then number 3, NXT's own Roxanne Perez made her debut. So it looks good that she's going to be a main roster star in the future because she was feuding with Bayley. So she's in her first Rumble, I believe, with this. And then the number 4 and 5 spot were the women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria, and 5, the women's U.S. Champion Chelsea Green. And then moving on, another couple spots. Number 19, former TNA Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace made her second Rumble appearance, first time under a WWE contract. So this is huge for the WWE. Not really you see TNA stars be signed to WWE this in like a year, but it's good to see her. But Jordynne Grace showed incredible strength by powerlifting all 309 pounds of Piper Niven on her shoulders in a Death Valley driver, which that was pretty impressive. And I had Jordynne Grace winning this match, but she ultimately didn't. We'll get to her wins in just a second. And then at number 21, former SmackDown Women's Champion, former Raw Women's Champion, former Miss Money in the Bank, future Hall of Famer, Alexa Bliss made her return after being on maternity leave and out for about 2 years. Her last match was at the Rumble back in 2023. So it was great to see her with a new Lily doll. So that was awesome. She was also wearing a jacket that if you looked at it, I'll put a picture on the screen so you guys can see it. But it did say Fiend Forever, but in the middle of the F and the R, there was, or middle of the F and the I, there was an R for Friend Forever, a little callback to her time with Bray Wyatt that sadly passed away last year, or I think it was, no, 2 years ago. So they used to work together during the pandemic era of WWE with the Firefly Funhouse and all the Fiend stuff that happened. So that was awesome to see. And then at number 27, Charlotte Flair entered, who eventually did win the match, but she announced her return to the Rumble and the WWE a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, and then she was like, I'm going to win, and clearly she did. But she was injured since December 2 years ago with a torn ACL and MCL and meniscus tear. So she's back, she won. Nobody wanted to see it. I didn't want to see it. And I guess life goes on. We'll see if she challenges Rhea Ripley, or who's the women's champion on SmackDown? I completely forget now. Whatever, not remembering on the spot. But, oh, Tiffany Stratton, that's who it was. But some other noticeable people that entered the match: number 25, WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus made her way down. Number 29 was current NXT Women's Champion Julia. Number 30, WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella made her return for her first Rumble since 2022. And then there's a rumor going around this is not a one-off appearance. She's going to come back and wrestle for the year and maybe in the future. We'll see. And then the final 4 for this match were Charlotte Flair, Nikki Bella, Roxanne Perez, and Nia Jax. I'll obviously mention earlier that Charlotte won, and she did eliminate Roxanne Perez, the former NXT Women's Champion, to win. But the second match of the night was a 2 out of 3 falls match between the Motor City Machine Guns and the champions DIY. And this match honestly was a sleeper match. No one really cared for it. But Ciampa of DIY hit a running knee to Alex Shelley of MCMG, the Motor City Machine Guns, and that gave DIY the first fall in this match. And then to tie, the Motor City Machine Guns hit Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa's teammate, one half of the champs, with the move they call the Skull and Bones to tie, like I just said. And then the Street Profits returned after being out of action since Gargano and Ciampa attacked them backstage a couple months ago. And this caused DIY to retain. And then after the match, you would think the Street Profits would just attack the Motor City Machine Guns and be done. but then they attacked the champs. Then they held the belt up high and saying they want next. And we'll see. I'm guessing that's going to be a WrestleMania match or Elimination Chamber. We'll see what happens. But third match of the night, second to last, we had Kevin Owens taking on WWE's new John Cena, Cody Rhodes, the WWE title match. This match was alright. It was the ladder match, so can't really go wrong there. There was blood. Good to see, as always. You've got to have that in this good rivalry. But the highlight, I would say, is when Cody hit an Alabama slam on Kevin Owens through the announce table and then through a ladder, which knocked out KO completely. He was bleeding everywhere. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis came down to the scene to make sure he was okay. And then Raw superstar Sami Zayn, good friends of KO and good friends of Cody, came down to check and ultimately did nothing, honestly. He just stared at both and was like, "Oh, not my problem." But he didn't know what to do. And then ultimately, Cody went in the ring, climbed the ladder, and then won the match. Then we thought he was going to check on Kevin Owens, but instead he celebrated, held the belts up high. Kind of looked like he was about to go full Homelander and turn heel, but nothing happened. So the main event, only 4 matches on this show, was the 30 men's Royal Rumble. Just like the women, they try to fight the champion of their choosing at WrestleMania, whether that's night 1 or night 2. But number 1 was WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, the greatest luchador of all time, people could say, which I agree with. And then number 2 was newly signed Penta, formerly Penta El Zero Miedo, however you say his name, in AEW. This was his first appearance in the Royal Rumble, and this is a dream match that a lot of people wanted to see for a long time. Although it wasn't one-on-one, people still got a good reaction out of it. Penta kind of botched towards the beginning, where both feet hit the ground, and then it was a bunch of chaos, but it is what it is. They moved on and quickly recovered. But at number 7, the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker made his way and then completely speared his former rival Carmelo Hayes that entered a little bit before him and tossed him outside of the ring in like 5 seconds. So he really didn't last long. But then it was time for number 8, where Akira Tozawa of the Alpha Academy, this little short guy that's like 5'7", 130, just got destroyed on his way down to the ramp and then didn't even enter the match. So WWE and Paul Levesque, Triple H, did not know what to do, and they decided to find a replacement. And who was that replacement? It was none other than YouTube sensation, YouTube streamer, internet personality, IShowSpeed, made his way in his first ever Royal Rumble, live in Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. And we'll just say Speed got literally like killed on TV. Not really, but he got speared in half by Braun Breaker, tossed outside of the ring, caught by Otis, and then Otis threw him behind him, threw him on the announcer's desk, and you didn't see Speed again. It looks like he's not coming back. But at the number, I think it was 15 spot, say his name and he appears, TNA World Champion, everyone's favorite TNA wrestler, I would say, Joe Hendry, the TNA champ, made his first ever appearance in the Rumble. That was great to see. And just hearing the crowd in the US and especially in WWE sing his song on the main roster, he didn't last too long because he got eliminated by Roman Reigns, who eventually came out after him. But speaking of Roman Reigns, a lot of people thought he was going to win for being in the Rumble for the first time since I think 2019 or 2020, after losing the title to Cody Rhodes at Mania last year, which he held the belt for 4 years, so that's why he wasn't in those matches. Number 20 was Jey Uso, everybody's favorite right now. And he did eventually go on and win. And yeet, I guess, for Jey. But who else was in this match? Number 21, AJ Styles, made his return to WWE as well after being injured back in October of 2024. Braun Strowman was in this match by eliminating the Samoan Werewolf. Jacob Fatu with ease. These two fought at Saturday night's main event, and I thought Fatu was just going to squash him and bury him forever, but Braun Strowman and Fatu aren't done because Braun Strowman just tossed all 330 pounds of him outside the ring. Number 23, the greatest of all time, John Cena, returned in his last ever Royal Rumble match. Everyone's favorite to win, to be honest, because they thought he was going to go on to either fight Cody or Gunther and try to break Ric Flair's world champion record. But that didn't happen. And then following Cena at number 24 was longtime rival John Cena. CM Punk made his way down to the ring. We know these guys have a rough history with the Money in the Bank ladder match, or Money in the Bank match, not ladder match, but the Money in the Bank match back in 2011. They had a lot of stuff in between and then previously. But Punk was my favorite to win, but ultimately he didn't win. But it is what it is. Number 25 was Seth Rollins, the man that hates CM Punk in real life and in storyline, which we know CM Punk and Rollins arguably like got in fights backstage before. They've called each other out. It's just been crazy. But after that happened, like a little short moments after, CM Punk eliminated Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns to ultimately make Seth mad and make Roman mad, maybe leading up to a WrestleMania 41 match in Vegas. Who knows? We'll see in the coming weeks. But then at number 30, the Maverick Logan Paul came back and decided, I'm going to enter and try to win this thing. But he eliminated CM Punk, so my hopes and dreams were crushed whenever Punk was eliminated. And then Logan Paul eventually did get eliminated. But Seth Rollins, on the outside of the ring, hit 2 brutal curb stomps to Roman Reigns and... yeah, just to Roman Reigns. I was going to say Punk, but just to Roman Reigns. And one on the steel steps, which was crazy to see. Those two have a lot of history, but we're not going to talk about that. If you know, you know. And then the final two were none other than main event Jey Uso and the leader of the C Nation, John Cena. And only one man could win. And not many people saw Jey Uso winning, but he did. Cena somehow, I don't know if you can call it somehow, but put him over. And that is what happened for the Royal Rumble this year. It was a really good show. It was kind of short, honestly, but the matches were long and they were all good. But we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks on the road to WrestleMania, and we'll be back right after this.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Hello and welcome back to Inscribed Sports. I'm here with my co-host Hunter, and we have a new host with us, Garrett. Introduce yourself, Garrett.
What's up, guys? I'm Garrett Kristen, junior here at Slippery Rock. I'm excited to be a part of the team.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Super Bowl picks today. I was not going to let this show miss Super Bowl week. We'll start off with Garrett's pick since he's the new guy here. Tell us about the game a little bit, see what you're going to say.
All right, so the biggest game of the NFL season is coming up this weekend. The Super Bowl is between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chiefs finished 15-2 this year. The Eagles finished 14-3. I honestly think that this is going to be a game between two players. I think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, and I think it's going to be Saquon for the Eagles. I mean, Saquon came just 100 yards short of the all-time record for regular season rushing yards. I think he's a game changer. Ultimately, Patrick Mahomes just wins games.
Let me ask you this first. What do you think of Jalen Hurts? Because this is my litmus test for football knowledge. If you think Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, you don't know ball.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback,
okay,
but I don't think he can change a game and win a game like Patrick Mahomes.
Did you not see last week against the Commanders?
Yeah.
How many touchdowns did he have?
Yeah, but I just
How do you do against the Rams? Oh, okay.
I mean, the Commanders are a solid team this year, but they were also, I just don't think they were up for the test. The Philadelphia Eagles were better. They won. Yeah, I mean, they're there for a reason. I think I think the Eagles can very well win, but when it comes to winning games, I think it's got to be Mahomes. I think he gets the job done when he needs to. Look at last week against the Bills. I was rooting. I was rooting for the Bills just like anybody else was.
I was too. Okay, but look. Mahomes is a great quarterback. We all know that. But Josh Allen shot himself in the foot how many times in that game? Screwed his team up. That first drive, he had how many potential picks? I think I saw him throw the ball into Chiefs' hands 3 separate times in one drive.
I get it, but it's also just like the Bills.
Bad play calls by Sean McDermott.
The Bills were supposed to win that game.
Their own tush push, where first off, he's not even getting pushed, so they're doing it wrong, okay?
Oh, yeah, this guy knows.
And, yeah, I would know, okay? And second off, I mean, 4th and 1 every time. They just kept messing up and messing up and messing up. And you can talk about the spot and everything else, But I'm sick and tired of this like whole narrative that Josh Allen is some savior when he can't beat Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but that's my point. Is I don't think anybody can beat Mahomes. The dude is just. I mean, last year he won the Super Bowl. They went 11-6. They weren't even the 1 seed last year. No one thought those dudes were going to be in the playoffs. They were in the playoffs. They won the Super Bowl. As much as I want the Eagles to win this game, I can't see them. I can't see it happening. They have a good defense. Don't get me wrong, but like
the number one defense. In
the number one defense
with Vic Fangio. Don't worry about that.
Trust me, I understand that.
High.
But when it comes to game plan and the way that the Chiefs game plan, like before going in and playing these games, it's on another level. It is on another level. They came out as a different team last week. They were throwing quick passes all the way down the field. They went right down, scored 7-0, and changed the game. Momentum was there. I mean, I want to see what the Eagles can do. I think that if they come out, get the ball, and score early, they could definitely do something. But at the end of the day, it's Patrick Mahomes. Everybody knows the guy. I don't personally want to see him win another one, but
is that who you're picking?
Yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs.
So you were all green.
Yeah,
pick the Chiefs.
Look, I'm picking the Chiefs. I want the Eagles to win. That's my desires for them to win a Super Bowl. I hate saying that as a Pittsburgh fan, but at the end of the day, I think Kansas City pulls it out. I don't think there's anything that I could see from their gameplay that doesn't show me that they're going to win another Super Bowl. They won it 2 years ago.
2 years ago, the Eagles defense was, good, not great. Let me tell you all the upgrades that the Eagles made. Javon Hargrave got upgraded to Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter is on the list of every defensive tackle since 2000 to have 20-plus pressures in a postseason. You don't want to know the two other guys? 2021 Aaron Donald and 2022 Chris Jones. What do those guys have in common? They won a Super Bowl. They were on a Super Bowl winning team because of them. Jalen Carter has 20, Chris Jones had 20, Aaron Donald had 23. That's a big difference.
I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just saying the game plan, they're going to take that guy away. They're going to take him out of the game.
You're talking about game plan. I'm saying Eagles defensive coordinator was Jonathan Gannon. This year it's Vic Fangio. You know how bad Jonathan Gannon is? He got bailed out by high-end talent in 2022, and it wasn't even high-end talent. This year it's Vic Fangio with even higher talent. Fletcher Cox, old man Fletcher Cox, got subbed for Jordan Davis, probably the best defensive tackle in the league. Linval Joseph, listen to that mid-season pickup, got subbed for Nolan Smith.
Dude, he's good.
Who? Linval Joseph?
Is it the Philadelphia Eagles or the Georgia Bulldogs? Who are we talking about?
It doesn't matter. Hassan Reddick was great in 2022. I will not take that away from him, okay? But it got replaced by all-pro Zach Bond. Great free agency pickup.
I'm not saying that the Eagles
TJ
don't have
Edwards.
the team.
TJ Edwards got switched for Oren Burks, who Jalen Hurts said is probably the most underrated player on the Eagles right now. That's how good he is. James Bradbury for Quinyon Mitchell. Avonte Maggs for Cooper DeJean. And then our safety was Marcus Epps, and now we have Reed Blankenship. Did you see how he picked up Derrick Henry and threw him on the ground?
I'm not arguing that the Eagles don't deserve to be in this game. I'm arguing about who I think is going to win this game. And time in and time out, the Chiefs have been in the game, and they have won the game every single time. They've won the last, 2 Super Bowls? Mm-hmm. They beat the Eagles in 2023? 22? And 23 against the 49ers.
Yeah, the Niners last
year. And the Niners probably had just as good of a defense as the Eagles.
They had Brock Purdy at quarterback.
I agree, but their defense was just
just quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Just as good of a caliber as this Eagles defense, I think. And
okay, we're going a lot. Hunter, tell us what you think.
All right, I'm tired.
Then we'll get Garrett's
I'm tired
pick.
of this yap fest. You guys are just going back and forth. Let's be real here. He's suiting up Sunday. He'll be out there with the Eagles.
Let's go.
That defense stacked. Now they had you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the defense is too much. I think it's Patrick Mahomes. We all know this. He wins. He wins. He wins. I don't think this is the time. He's getting cut off. He's not winning 3 in a row. That's just my opinion.
I hope I'm wrong. That's all I'm telling you guys.
That worries me a little bit because I think he had the worst record for NFL scores this year, at least for last season. I had the best. So I'm kind of worried that he's going with the Eagles. Anyways, that's just jinxing it.
Yeah, what about the World Series? What happened?
Oh, here we go. Bring it up. You got to be kidding me. Whatever, we won't talk about that.
Actually, I finished pretty hot last season.
What was it?
I was positive.
Okay.
I think you finished like the last 3 games losing.
It depends. Still, I was right about Bills over Chiefs. Now, if we did do the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship, I would have been pretty bad.
Yeah, I would have won.
I would have, and the divisional round, I would have picked the Ravens. Anyways, we'll talk about the Chiefs' defense, okay? And the Eagles' offense and how good Jalen Hurts is. Oh, okay. I was going to counter you. Okay.
All right, actually, let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Okay. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. And I'm tired of saying that I'm tired of people saying that he's not. Oh, they won't lead him to a Super Bowl. Oh, he can't throw. Did we not see last game? Yes, he had rushing touchdowns, but he had beautiful throws.
I agree.
Did we see the last Super Bowl? He had beautiful throws. They lost by 3 points off of a James Bradbury hold. Okay? We won't get into ref talk because it's not this show.
Who did he hold?
Ex-Steeler Juju Smith. yeah.
Corvette. Bro, so the Chiefs' defense hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher in their last 18 playoff games, right?
Yeah.
The Chiefs this year so far have allowed starting running backs to average 5.6 yards per carry this postseason. James Cook from the regular season went 4.9 to that game in Kansas City to 6.5 with 13 carries. And for some reason, Sean McDermott just stopped running the ball. He had like 83 yards and a touchdown or two, and he stopped running the ball. I don't understand.
First of all, are you surprised?
No, I'm really not.
It's Sean McDermott.
And then Joe Mixon went from 4.1 to 5. Those are that's a whole yard. This is a whole yard and a half. Saquon is averaging whatever he is, and if Saquon's able to get up into the 5-6 range, it doesn't matter what the Chiefs defense does or even the Chiefs offense does.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
When you run the ball, you hold on to it for however long. It's time of possession with this.
I don't think this is the best Chiefs team we've seen in recent years.
No,
I think the fact that they're missing Rashee Rice, I don't think that it's the best team that we've seen from the Chiefs. But
I am worried about Xavier Worthy. That's the only thing
they have fast guys. They have
Yours.
Xavier Worthy. They have Marquise Brown. They have, Juju. I know he's not good, but he had a game against the Bills. They started out throwing to him. They're gonna get these quick passes out. They're gonna work the Eagles defense in any way they can. I think that the Eagles defense will adjust very well throughout the rest, throughout the game. But I do think the Chiefs, bro. I think the Chiefs are winning.
The issue with Mahomes and the Eagles is I believe the Eagles should have a spy on Mahomes just because he's able to he doesn't even run. He gallops out to the first down line. I don't get it. But the thing with a QB spy is that's one less defender going over the middle. That's an easy slant to Travis Kelce. That's my only issue. But I'm really hoping Fangio. Now did you guys see the stat? Fangio is 0-8 against Mahomes in his career. But those are with really bad Miami teams and really bad Broncos teams. So I'm not too worried because of how stacked this defense is. But one more thing about Jalen Hurts, and then we'll get to picks.
Can I say the rest of my
thing? No. Teams with fewer than 200 pass yards per game since 2000 to appear in the Super Bowl are 4-1 in the Super Bowl, including your 0-5 Steelers. That's how good running teams are when they show up in the Super Bowl.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
All right, so what I wanted to say before you interrupted me and went on a whole tangent about another yap session, I just want to say again, it's Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
The best running back in the league.
Yes.
I think and what we said earlier, that this is the first time he's facing the Chiefs?
Yes, the first time he's facing the Chiefs. Last time, when he was on the Giants, he was hurt when they played the Chiefs.
Yeah. And I think he's just going to run and run and run and run. Time of possession.
It also matters with Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson. Both of them hurt in the NFC Championship game, both playing. So who knows if they recovered. Maybe something happens and they hit Jurgens' back and he's hurt, and then something happens with Dickerson's leg. Who knows?
The last thing I want to say is this is a completely different Jalen Hurts from the years ago. That
I understand.
I think he's way more mature
Yep.
with the ball.
Yep.
He's a better passer, in my opinion, than what he was before.
Mm-hmm. Even with less yards.
Yeah. And I think he's just I think this is the Eagles' year. And
Wow.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Do you have a score or no?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
High-scoring game, okay.
Actually, I'm going to go mid-scoring game because of the defense.
What is that, 20s or 30s?
I'm going low 20s.
Okay.
Low 20s.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to move on my stance. I agree with what you guys are saying. I think the Eagles are in this game. I think Saquon Barkley running the ball like he has been. I think it very much so can go in the Eagles' direction. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I don't have a score.
Yeah, we heard you, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
We all know who I'm picking. I've got the Eagles, but this comes down to one player in my mind. You're talking about Mahomes. You're talking about Saquon. You're talking about wide receiving core. You're talking about the O-line. You're talking about the D-line. The one guy I'm worried about is Jake Elliott. I have watched this guy
That's a crazy
shoot
thing
from
to
the
be
field
worried
less than 70%.
Actually, I respect it.
The game against the Rams would have been a 2-score game if he hadn't missed the kicks that he missed, okay? The game against the Packers would have been a higher-scoring game if he didn't miss the kicks that he missed. He has been really bad, and it's been really frustrating to watch. You know how close the Super Bowls are because of how good these teams are. It really comes down to the kicker. Chiefs won against us in 2022 with the kicker. Yeah, I feel like it always comes down to the kicker, in my opinion. If Jake Elliott misses an extra point or two and then misses a field goal, it's game over. But I got to rep the Eagles. Go Birds. Now we go over to Joey and Zach for their picks.
All right. Thank you, Dante, Hunter, and Garrett. I'm joined by Zach, his first time on the show. Glad to have you on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And now it is time for our Super Bowl picks. So since this is your first time ever on, take it away.
All right, so I'll be straight honest with this. I think the Eagles are a better team than the Kansas City Chiefs. But coming down to the wire, last year, the 49ers were a better team than the Chiefs. The Chiefs won. So I really do think that the Chiefs are going to pull out some magic last minute, and they're going to end up winning the game. But if the Eagles win, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a toss-up, but I still think Chiefs magic beats the Eagles team. That's what I got.
All right. I really want to say the Chiefs just because the NFL loves them. So I think it's arguably worse than Tom Brady, but
it's pretty bad.
I think it's just because the NFL knows it at this point. But I'm going to go with the Eagles winning. Payne's, like the other guy said, being a Pittsburgh guy, rooting for Philly.
You're right.
But being a Penn State fan, I know everybody hates us, but got to go with the greatest Penn State running back to ever play the game. Arguably, Franco Harris is definitely up there. But Saquon Barkley, his team. So I'm going to go with the Eagles beating the Chiefs. But what do we think the score is going to be?
I am going to say I think it's going to be 26-23. Chiefs win on a field goal. But if the refs don't show up, then the Eagles will win. Because you know the refs love the Chiefs. So.
I'm going to go 24-21 Eagles.
All right.
But here, okay. I just thought of something on the spot, but I'm going to go 24-21, but the Chiefs are going to have like 30 seconds to come back and tie.
Okay.
And then they're going to drive down with some BS pass interference call, holding, whatever.
Yep.
And then Harrison Butker's going to kick and miss wide right.
Wow.
And to put it into overtime. So the Eagles will win.
I think it will be a tie game and that the Chiefs will be driving and you'll get a pass interference call and the Chiefs will kick a game-winning field goal.
Juju going to get held again?
Probably.
Do you think, okay, we'll do like a little bit of prop betting here for fun.
Yeah.
Who's getting the first touchdown?
If I have to pick first touchdown, Kelsey just came off a really, really bad game against Buffalo. So I think Kelsey, they're going to get looks early. Taylor Swift's going to be there, probably going to propose at halftime or at the end of the game. I think Travis Kelsey scores the first touchdown of the game.
I'm going to go with
probably Barkley because
no, I want to say Barkley. I really do. I'm going to go A.J. Brown.
All right. Okay.
I feel like that's a safe option.
All right.
I feel like Saquon's the safest, but can't go wrong. Or Jalen Hurts, rushing touchdown, yeah, which needs banned. Sorry, Dante. It needs banned.
I agree.
It's too overpowered. But I'm going to go with that. I know we talked off camera. What color is the Gatorade going to be?
Okay, so I have a little theory going on. Last year it was purple, and the year before when the Chiefs won, it was also purple. I have a feeling that if the Chiefs win, it's going to be purple. If the Chiefs lose, I think it's going to be orange because I heard a rumor that they were already preparing orange Gatorade if the Eagles won. Now, that's probably not true, but if I had to bet on it, I mean, I'd say orange if you were rooting for the Eagles, and if you're rooting for the Chiefs to win, purple again.
Do you think they would do purple because of Taylor Swift? I saw that on Twitter. People are saying because that one album she has, she's wearing that purple dress. People think it's going to be purple because of that reason.
Apparently, Mahomes, his favorite Gatorade is, he says two favorite flavors are the cucumber Gatorade, which is really bad, and the purple Gatorade. So it's really bad. Don't try it. But
taste test on camera coming soon.
And you know Mahomes is probably going to be MVP if the Chiefs win, so they're getting that man some purple Gatorade.
Okay, so speaking of MVPs, then we got Mahomes as the Chiefs MVP if they win. I'm going to go with Jalen Carter.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to go with a different pick. I feel like if the Chiefs do, or the Eagles do really well and sack Mahomes like 2 or 3 times, say Carter gets 2, and then he just leads the defense.
Yeah.
I could see it.
You know what? I want to pick someone different. Like Zach Bond's amazing. You know, I could go with Darius Slay, couple picks, but
washed up D-Hop.
No, it's 100% going to be Barkley if the Eagles win. Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the NFL, and he is unbelievably good. And no one on the Chiefs defense will be able to stop him. I think Barkley wins MVP if the Eagles win. And if the Chiefs win, it's going to be Mahomes for like the 70th time. So,
all right, the question is, do we think it's going to go over 40 points?
40 points? Yes. I think it's going to be a high scoring. I mean, what did I say, like 26, 23, and that's over 40?
Because weren't they saying their mid-30s? That was their prediction around that? Or were they saying 20s?
I don't even remember.
I
think 26, 23 is a pretty solid score.
I think I'm going to still go with 24, 21.
Which is over 40?
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else prop bet-wise we just want to say?
Yeah, last one, heads or tails?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Tails never fails.
Okay, then I'll go heads just because you said it first.
All right.
Well, that's all we have. Zach, thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
For the Season 2 or series debut. And that's all we have. We'll see you again in the next episode of Inscribed Sports here on WSRU-TV.